Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of Hoppets. Today checking out another English beer, one that I got on MPCC this year, 2022, from Jay and Linda. Jay and Linda was at the festival again this year. We got to meet up in person and Jay brought some beers for me and a snack, and that snack was munched on in between I think, was it in between sessions? No, it was after the final session, right? Just because we were waiting what was going to happen with some brewers. So, but it was tasty. So this is a track beer, but this is part of a series of beers called the Mashups. The Mashup, and it reminds me a bit of the Rainbow Project that they did at I think it was Siren that started that, where they joined forces, or they kind of like made collaborations. So they decided to pick breweries from the UK and breweries from Europe and America, whatever, and paired them up. And then they had a theme, and they had to, I think it was like a color, and then judge, like from that color they had to design a beer. This is the Mashup, and here they bring together, Cloudwater brings together lots of UK breweries, and this is a musical mashup as well, so that they can create collaborations and make some great beers. And this time around, the collabs are between Verdant and Cloudwater, Boundary and Queer Brewing, North Brewing, and I think that is Beak. I'm not 100% sure. I think the logo might be. And Trek and Overtone, which this is. I've had a handful of Overtone beers. They've been really classic juice bombs, like really overripe and sweet. I think besides one, but I do not really go for and buy hazies myself nowadays much anymore, because a lot of you guys know I'm a bit juiced out. But when I get them sent, I review them, and I actually got a comment the other day where someone was like, "I kind of feel sorry for you feeling obliged to review hazy beers if you're juiced out." It's like, don't, like, it's okay. It's, it's one review, and sometimes, like, I know this is going to be great and I'm going to enjoy it, even though I just want to break from this beer style, because Trek makes fucking dope beers in the Gold Top series. But what they did was, with this beer, was that Trek and Overtone came together, and then they did a Gold Top inspired beer with honey. So it's a double IPA, and then it's got loads of citrus. It's got Citra Cryo, and then Tahiki and Idaho 7 Cryo. It's 8.5%, and I think it's got lactose as well in the Gold Top series. And what's interesting with Tahiki, so that's a hop I never heard of. It's from New Zealand. I'm always intrigued by New Zealand hops, and it's originally crossed back in 1956. It's crossed between English Fuggles and Russian hops, a variety called Serebryanka. Never heard of those. And then commercially released in 1972. So the flavors on this is grapefruit, lime, and sweet fruit. Interesting. I mean, never tried it, so. But with that much Citra, I'm thinking Citra will be dominant. So let's check this out. Pours a hazy, golden, bright yellow color with some orange notes. It looks a lot like the other Gold Top beers. It has a white head. Let's check out the aroma. Yeah, it smells quite nice. The honey gives a slight sweet touch and almost like a floral edge, but it does not smell like it's going to be a sweet, crazy, overripe juice bomb, because I'm getting a lot of bright hop flavor, a lot of lime, lemon pith, a touch of dankness, but not a lot. And this is actually quite fresh as well. I think it's like 4 weeks-ish. But yeah, there is definitely some dankness. There's some nice bright tropical fruit, but also some sweeter tropical fruit. That might be the honey playing in. There is like sweet fruits. There's a bit of mango going on. Almost like a slight candied mango, but there's enough bright hop flavor to where I'm not like, oh my god, this is going to be another sweet juice bomb. Yeah, a bit of sweet, kind of doughy maltiness to it too. But just a fairly big hop profile on this one that is pretty much classic Citra, like really just like nice and tropical and bright. I think maybe the brightness could be from Tahiki, I mean the lime and everything, but it smells nice. Let's try it. Cheers, and thanks a ton to Jay and Linda for the beer. Really heavily saturated. Quite oniony, surprisingly. That is quite nice. Oh, it's dry. Oh. So that's the thing, like honey, yeah, it can give sweetness. It depends on the amount, whatever. But usually, if you have a small addition of sugar in a beer, it will dry it out. Funny enough, because the yeast usually can eat everything of that sugar, unless it's like something like lactose or maltodextrin. I'm thinking that in these beers, they try to dry them out a lot, but then they use to control that kind of, dryness. They add a bit of lactose for some fluffiness and sweetness. in this. Which they most certainly achieve. This is really good. Like really bright, really dank. Maybe not too dank, but really bright. It's got lots of oniony, garlicky flavor, interestingly enough. I think that could be Idaho 7. I get that sometimes. I also sometimes get bubblegummy vibes from Idaho 7. Maybe there's a touch of it. There's undercurrents of nice tropical fruit, but it's not like too much. You can also taste like this is, or too much. Like I'm just thinking like the sweeter overripe yeast profile. That's why I'm saying too much. But it's not overdone. Like it's actually a really enjoyable beer. You can also taste it's really hop saturated. There's loads of hop flavor. It's really fucking good. This is actually, so this, if I get a New England IPA like this, it's like, yes, I actually want to drink that. Because it's like drying, it's bright, hop centric, and it's not like just like overripe sweet fruit juice. Like it has to have that dry, almost lightly biting thing, like for me to really enjoy them nowadays. It's like a saturation bite because you have a lot of hops and suspension in the beer, more so than actually like bitterness. I think that's really mainly why. So you get like a dry biting thing that's almost like a bitterness, but it just feels a bit different than like kettle bittering hops. And I actually like that because I'm so sick of just sweet fruitiness. So that's nice that that's not all that's in this one. Lots of mango as well, actually, in terms of like the sweeter tropical fruit flavor that is there. But it has a big amount of that bright limey thing. There's spice, black pepper, a bit of herby. Like I think it's like, yeah, it's oniony, but also like chivy or something like that. Even like what's it called? It's not chives I'm thinking of. It's also like an oniony herb you get in the forests of Denmark and Scandinavia. Ramsløg, Ramsen. There's a bit of that. And then there's like that zesty, bright, limey flavor. There's a bit of pineapple. And then there's also like almost like a bit of like a lychee or, man, it's not bright enough. Maybe it's more like a kiwi or something. Like there's definitely something that feels slightly southern hemisphere, but not like as defined as say like a Nelson would be, or a Galaxy, or a Vic Secret hop profile would be. But it's really good. It's fucking awesome. I don't think it's world class, but it's really damn close. It's just a drudge drink. Especially, I love that it has some spiciness, some dryness, like that pepper and brightness to balance out the sweet, juicy fruit. Yeah, enjoyable fucking haze. It still happens. So rating on this one, I'm thinking like a 94. 93, something like that. It's really good. Like, this is how I want the hazy beers if I had to drink them. But still, I would probably opt for something else still. But once in a while, if it's like this, I might like, oh yeah, let's try it, because it is nice. So, yeah, if you guys have a chance to try the mashups between Track and Overtone called Gold Top I'm Home. I forgot to mention that. But a Gold Top Honey IPA with Citra, Citra Cryo, Tahiki, and Idaho 7 Cryo hops on 8.5%. Let me know what you thought of it. Thanks a ton to Jay and Linda for the beer. You guys are awesome. It will be really fun to try the other things you brought along for me. So cheers, thanks for that. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers and see you guys in another beer review.